I know y'all probably saying, what in the hell? And guess what? All I can do is just be thoroughly moistened. You know what? Well, what was something that's been told to me not too long ago, and it rings true to this weather that has been impeding on life in general. Amen. Moisten your joints. My God, it's a blessing with moistening your joints in 2021. My God, my God. And guess what? I am not your host tonight. I am not your host. Again, if you're just now tuning in, you already know this is your host, Tori. Excuse me, not your host, but not your host. Y'all know what I'm talking about. At any rate, I'm not your host tonight. And before I get the opportunity to introduce the host for this evening, welcome to Weekend Prayers. Well, this is the podcast takeover. My God, we have made it through this week. Child, I honestly thought I was gonna have to cancel. Look, my bags done went down. Child, we done had days without power. Hell, done slept in the car. You got the little vagrants of knocking on doors with people without power on. Child, there's been too much going on in the world. My God. But needless to say, I'm in the land of the living. I am fully. Hold on. Let's get into this before we get to the grit of everything. I am sitting in the middle of all this Fenty situation, this old moisturizing and old fat water. Again, this is not a paid promotional advertisement, but I do have to say, if something makes me shine and glisten all over my body, thank you, Rihanna. Thank you on today. All right. You already know what it is. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Again, thank you for checking out Weekend Pearls. Of course, this is the podcast takeover edition. I'm not your host, but I'm your host, but I'm not your host. I'll be a hostile. I don't know what y'all want me to do with this. To say the least. Child, I know that's right. Somebody said did I say I was glowing? Get into it. This is not grease. Look, my hand is. I am. Okay. Y'all already know this. You know, blah. Check out. Hey, how about this? Make sure to check us out on YouTube on the Weekend Pearls on our channel, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Weekend Pearls. Also, too, check us out on the website, www.weekendpearls.com, as well as you can check us out on our merch shop, www.weekendpearlsmerchandise.com. And again, make sure you check out the discounts that we have on there. We got some good merchandise. Get into it. And again, hold on. Sidewall chalk is not makeup. And I know some of y'all wearing all that glitter and gold on your eyes. And I just want to let you know right now, this ain't 1970. This ain't solid gold. I'm just bringing it to the room. And y'all make sure y'all get into this old goldy gummies. Y'all know, use my promo code, Weekend Pearls. It's Weekend Pearls with the Z. Thank you so very much. Now, I'm very excited to bring on somebody that's a very dear friend of mine, bestie. So excited to have her on here. It brings me oodles of joy. And it's nice to have somebody, that you can call your bestie that does run on jet fuel. Let's get into the situation. So none other than one. See, hold on. Let me go ahead before we can get into it, because I'm about to bring her in. But baby, first off, you act like you're the only one that got headphones. So anyway, let me bring her in. Everybody, y'all go ahead and bring into the situation right now. It's the messenger, aka Jennifer Clemens, aka the baddest bleep. And that's just what that is.
What's up?
Man, hey, look, welcome back to the show. If anyone remembers, which I do, my very first guest on the show was a good show. I know it's been a while, but I'm glad to have her back on here finally. I'm so excited. Let me
put my hoodie on. Let me come in, do my intro right.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, go ahead. The host, you go right on ahead.
What up, everybody? This is the messenger. You know what I'm saying? To some known as Jennifer Clemens. You know what I mean? Small thing to a giant. Coming to host y'all tonight. Should I say? Let me see. I don't know. It's been so much cold weather. I can't tell what time it is. But you know what I'm saying? Take over the Weekend Pearls takeover with my old young bestie old pal, Tori. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so man, glad you invited me back. It's glad to be here. I haven't kept up with every show, but man, I'm just glad to see you doing your thing, and all your co-hosts that you have on the show, man. Every time I do tune in, man, you guys are hilarious. You guys do your thing, and that's what's up.
I love it. I'm so glad to have you back. And I know everybody's probably saying, well, Tori got takeover spirit. Well, in order to work through my takeover spirit, I had to let somebody else take over. Come on now. There's something in what was just said. You can't take over and you want somebody to take over. It's gonna bump heads every time. So while I transition myself in giving more authority over that's not mine from the get-go, but I am so excited about having Jennifer here on the podcast as well. Excited that she is the guest host, which I'm excited about. And I just love the fact that, so if y'all wondering, I got the pre-list of what we're gonna talk about. So this is interesting because I already know some of this is gonna go in different directions. And I'm okay with that. Because the reality is that I do have somebody that's on here with me. It doesn't call it what it is. That's just what it is. You can agree to disagree, or you can have a comment. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. So, Jen, this is you putting however you want to go, however you want to do it. I'm fully greased. Well, technically, I'm not greasy, but
yeah, y'all excuse me. I'm sorry because I wear a lot of hats, like my boy Tori, and
1,000 hats.
It took a lot for me. I pushed a lot of stuff to the side, but man, I wouldn't miss it for the world. So man, the first thing, man, I would like to say is that I personally am super proud of you, man, for starting up this podcast. For doing your thing and not only doing it, but I mean, continue to do it nonstop, no matter what challenges have come in through your life that I may know about, get wind of. Man, you still been doing it, and that's an example. So let me just let the audience know, whoever may be tuning in or tuning in right now, if y'all see me doing this, move my neck and all that, listen, don't pay it no mind. I got some conditions going on, but again, I ain't gonna let it stop me. I have to get myself out of them neck spasms. So I don't want y'all to be like, is she tweaking and geeking? She done did pop some pills and did some narcotics or something before she got on her. Say nothing like that. It's a
not Tina.
Condition that
not Tina. Not Tina. Not Tina. No.
No. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta put that out there because folks, make up their own assumptions on what's going on. But man, speaking of that, what you doing your podcast, man, like. And I didn't have this in the few notes that I sent you, but what made you do this? What made you start your podcast?
Oh, I hate you right now for these important questions.
Sorry.
Hey. So if anyone's wondering, like Jennifer just asked, why did I do the podcast? For one, I'm a nutball. If anybody knows me and you really know me, you've been around me. I'm a nutball in person. I'm a nutball on the phone. I really don't talk a lot on the phone. Everybody know this. I text you. I got one-liners for days. I text you some stuff, but I'm not a phone person as I used to be prior to, because prior work, phone ringing all the damn time and just stressing there. But coming back to what the question was, not speaking as much as I used to then versus now. I do have a lot of ideas. I love having conversations, but also too, I'm a person that loves to learn. I love to do different things. I want to be different. I mean, I've noticed that I am completely different. Like there's nobody like me. I'm like, yay. But also too, what it's done. If I have not expressed to everyone, I do have a slight fear. It's actually gone pretty much almost away, but I really do have a fear of speaking in public places.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So that is one. There's one of two reasons. Then on two, I love the situation of having a very dynamic conversation with people. I love being able to not only listen, but also to be engaging in conversations that force you out of whether it be your comfort zone, whether you've never thought of that particular mindset. It's so many things. It's so many things. But I love the banter. I love the rhetoric. I love being able to have a conversation. And again, everything doesn't have to be so serious. Things can be lighthearted. Some things can be full of debauchery, whatever the case may be. But
Yeah.
I love having that opportunity to be able to have a conversation. And I've found out as I've gotten older is that this is just another outlet. It's just another way to share. I'm not a sharing person in the sense of I'm in everybody's business. I'm in everybody's face. I'm just not set up that way. I'm sorry. People just have to be mad. I'm sorry. But it gives me an opportunity to be able to commune, have good conversation, have fun. And I know since the podcast has started that there have been so many moments where I've had to take a back seat to what I thought and really had to really reevaluate what I had thought prior to. And then also too, losing a guest, unfortunately, last year was it was very enlightening, and it really brought home a lot of things for me. But again, not gonna just go too deep, but having this has really given me an opportunity to break down some levels of fear that I've had. So
That's good. Well, I think that, that's good. Appreciate you for sharing that, because honestly, it's, I can talk, and I can talk. And I'm not afraid of an audience, you know what I'm saying? But I just, the whole podcast thing, man, it just, like, man, I just can imagine that that's a lot of work. You know what I mean? And you just don't know. That's just a lot. That's a lot for somebody to just pick up and say boom. But I'm so glad you did it, because I think that I think one thing that a lot of us don't realize is the power of influence that we have. And it doesn't matter, how many people that were viewing, or how many people viewed it, or how many. Because I have a personal experience myself with dropping music and music videos and whatnot. And
and
it's
she's
so
on
fun.
iTunes. She's on iTunes and Amazon Music, and I just want to let you know. And if you
Hey.
the link is
This
on
about
my
weekend pearls. This about weekend
look,
pearls. This is about
the link is on the website. It's on my Twitter. If you want to find the Messenger's music, it's available right now on iTunes and Amazon Music. Let's get into it. I'm sorry. I'll backtrack. Go ahead. I apologize.
I appreciate it. No, I appreciate it, man. But no, it's just, and I don't know if you've had this experience. It's that, 1, 2, 5 people, whatever, that personally sends you something. And it's like just telling you how something you did or said impacted them. And it's, on a personal level. So I think that even if we don't get that feedback, just to know that, that's something that you brought to the table, because you have this platform and you're able to do the things that you do with your guests and whatnot, that somebody out there, like you said, you had to rechannel some things that you thought, your thought process, the way we be thinking. So going into, we have had what a 2020 we had, and I may be taking you back in some things, but just because I'm going with you, and then coming into 2021, man, I know, we've had the pandemic, that kicked in. We've had the the racial inequality that we knew existed, but just come flat out, like, say, man, what's up? Yeah, I'm here. That's what we doing. What it do? And the election and the presidency, to to just going all the way into life itself has changed. And this is something, all of this stuff has just impacted the entire world. So much history in 2020, and then coming into 2021, with this winter storm. So since we just had that here in Texas, I just want to start right there. I don't know about you, Tori, but You know, I
Go
know I
ahead.
know people see this brown skin, you know, and I'm looking kind of cute. You know, I try to stay cute.
If
You
y'all
know,
don't look,
I
you don't know, it ain't my fault. How
listen,
about that?
they wouldn't even believe what kind of week I had and what kind of day I had to just, you know, I ain't been able to get to my barber, man. That's a whole nother story. But you know, y'all, I didn't give me some clippers, man. I be going, listen, I use beard trimmers, clippers, all kind of stuff to make this here happen, man. I just try to stay cute, you know what I'm saying? But it makes it difficult, man. And it's cold weather, and then some folks with no hot water and pipes busting, and that. So
Mm-hmm.
man, we fighting COVID. We had to fight the cold. We no hot water. So we got a lot of grooming standards. Now you talking about throwing hygiene in there. I just want to get your spin on this because I know me and you think a lot sometimes. You know when they start talking about it wasn't no hot water in some places, the first thing I started thinking about was bo. You know I started thinking hygiene, man. I wasn't even thinking probably like us cooking or I don't know. I just started thinking body odor. I just started thinking like I'm gonna be around people. So I mean, I know my experience with the storm. I was blessed to have already been in a hotel that I was able to get some extended days on because I had went out to do some work for my church. So I was blessed to be in that, but I experienced, watching some people and my family and we, all just making sure we were safe. Um, watching stuff on news, I mean, my heart goes out because it's like on top of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Then we had to deal with that, and then why we didn't why we didn't fix this issue when we had the issue in 2011. I mean, I don't know. Give me your thoughts on that and maybe your experience of what you went through with this little winter weather.
Well, some of y'all was funky as a mule before the cold weather got here, so let's go ahead and bring that into the room. Hygiene is I'm a stickler. I'm just tell y'all right now. Y'all come out the house smelling like Whataburger or white onions, ma'am or sir, sir or ma'am, or if you want to identify as a postage stamp, that's absolutely fine too. But some of y'all was smelling like mirrors before y'all had hit this cold weather, and then on
Mirrors
top of mirrors, and then on top of it, if I can smell you through the cold
through your mask. Smell them through your mask. I've smelled some people
with a
breath too.
filter, a
I've
mask,
had
what's
my
a filter?
mask on. I've smelled. I've had double masks and smelled and they was fart. Smelled they breath too. Anyway, that's another. So go ahead. What you saying? That's some bad breath. That's worse than halitosis.
It is. So, guys, gals, ghouls, girls, goblins, in the event that you are looking to get into some new music, some music that's going to influence you and be good for your spirit and your soul, go ahead and make sure you check out the link. I got it on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube as well. Go ahead and get into it. The link is right there in the comments. Make and click on it. Buy a song. Help somebody. And plus, you're going to help your spirit in the meanwhile. Now, now, oh, Lord. This has been a whole different experience for me this week. I would definitely say, like, we had talked earlier, but you know, it's forced me out of my comfort zone again. I thought I had dealt with some stuff prior to, and I guess the eventuality of it all is that be careful of what you say, especially when you say some things are final. Yeah, because my attitude was horrible. Like it was it I haven't look, I've been prayerful, I've been excited, I've been happy that I'm alive and breathing well in the land of the living and making changes and doing things differently. And yet that old nasty booger of an attitude decided to show itself, and I was like, ooh. Oh, that was the oh shit moment. Like it took a whole different thing. It had a life of its own. So yeah, between sleeping in the car, but it was fully heated. But I'm just gonna bring up to the room. Sleeping in the car is not comfortable, but you have to do what you have to do. I mean, it's just the reality. Yeah, it really just. You know what? What it did, I will say. is that we walk around and we think we're ready for everything, but our preparedness, we're not really as prepared as we really think, especially when something of this magnitude happens. Quiet as is kept. As much as people want to play and say, I stay prayed up, you might want to rethink that statement when you say it in reality, and you might want to go ahead and put that into effect. Like, it's just a very it's very enlightening and definitely eye-opening week, to say the least. It took me topsy-turvy damn near every day, almost every day this week. There's been something. Or now, like right now, I had to really think, like, okay, the temperature is heating up, the ice is melting, and I'm afraid the damn power gonna go out. Like, you have this mindset, like, oh hell, I ain't gonna be able to wipe my ass. Okay, do I want to poop today or do I want to wait till tomorrow? Because I'm gonna go ahead and get I'm gonna touch that thing with a little water and a little soap.
Yeah.
Warm water.
Even that,
warm water.
Yeah. I mean, making you appreciate too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it shows how unappreciative we are as people. I think it shows how selfish. And I done seen some selfish stuff. Listen, there's some stupid people out here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, how wasteful we are. Like, I was just rinsing out some grapes a few minutes ago, and I didn't want to just keep the water going because I'm like, the water banana and the pipes and this. It just make you rethink what you do on a normal day-to-day basis. And I would admit, like, I've been wasteful. I've been wasteful of water, just letting water run. And my mama used to, get on us about that. And that water ain't got to run while you brush your teeth. You wet that toothbrush and then turn that water off. And then she's always hollering about her water bill, but everything made my mama bills go up. But anyway, that's another story. That's another situation.
Everything, whole different situation.
You talk loud, the light bill going up. But anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this was that was quite something. I've heard a lot of people in it. Hey, on another tip though, somebody was telling me about their experience with this, winter weather. Like your situation, they had to sleep in their car and drive around because they couldn't find a room. The power was out. They had no wood for the fireplace. All this stuff. And then so the dude went to the man where he get the small trees from that he likes to light up on the fire, and began to not have all of his wits upstairs, and began to drive. And he said, I found out that I don't need to smoke that when it's snow out, because all of the snow, he couldn't gauge any lines or any difference. So he couldn't drive. So I was like, that was a lesson learned to somebody that's been smoking that for a long time. They find out that they don't need to smoke when it's snow out. We don't get a lot of snow in Texas, so that was something new, man, that they learned. So, man, let me tell you. So let me ask you this. So what have you been doing, during the pandemic, man? Like, what have you been doing? Like, I mean, I know for most
minding my business. You already.
What do you do? What do you do for entertainment, man? What do you do for social? I mean, we can't really have not all of us, because people do it anyway, but social gatherings and visiting family members and friends, and I mean, this is haven't been our normal norm. So, like, what have you been doing to keep your peace of mind? And you ain't had no peace of mind?
Yes, I actually had. So I don't want everybody to think like, oh hell, he got torrential rain in his brain all the time. No, I do not. Sometimes I'll have a tsunami. Some days, it's all sun and bright and it's rainbows and clouds and unicorns and all type of shit. But unicorns? Yeah, unicorns. With the
you gonna do the sound effects?
Yeah, that. I used to. I guess you could say I was sort of a social butterfly, sort of, kind of. I don't know how to name it, but but everybody know I do have fun. Like, I'm gonna have fun and help feel that. But what I've had to do, though, honestly, I mean, I still get to see my sister. I get to see my nieces. I still get to see my mom, what have you, like damn near almost every week. So that's pretty cool. I don't get to see the people that I want to see. I don't get the chance to see the people I want to see. But just like the podcast, I have the podcast I can do. Like I get to see you, I get to be on the phone with you and stuff like that. But I've had to really take into account that, either have it like this or have a headstone. And
Right.
it puts in a whole different perspective because you do have a lot of people that are out here busting it down. I'm just like, maybe it's just me. I just don't. Look, I mean, the idea, the idea, it seems feasible. But in reality, this just ain't this is that moment when, I really can't give into my flesh and my fleshes and my, it really, it turns the knob on a lot of things. And,
so
it's, go ahead, Jen.
so
Look.
so you would think, see, I think like that. And I mean, I done actually had people tell me, "Oh, you scary? I ain't never known you to be scared of nothing." I said, "No, I'm not. I'm not scared. I mean, I fear the
You're
Lord.
just not stupid. Yeah, you're not stupid.
Yeah, I'm just not dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you got to. You would think that when I said, man, I know some people that do drugs, like heavy drugs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, got issues, and I'm not knocking that. People that
Right.
like to have a lot of sex, whatever. And I'm like, if this doesn't slow you down, especially when it first hit, I mean, like people just, we as a people have experienced a lot of loss.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of death, and I'm like, if this don't, like, this is an enemy that you cannot see. You know what I mean? When you see old boy and them over there, okay, it's three of them. They gonna come after me. Okay, one got a pistol. Okay, you kind of know how to fight. You know what you gonna have to do. This is something you can't see. So it's I don't know about other people like you said. It made me do a lot of different thinking, but it made me change a lot of a lot of stuff. But it, like I say, I've picked up some other crafts and everything, but at the end of the day, it's just about, to me, survival. Surviving through this until whatever norm comes norm. But I mean, man, you got folks out here, they ain't stopped not one bit.
Mm-mm.
Oh, did you see on news? Don't they have some women that were trying to pose as elders so they can get the vaccine shot? Yeah, yeah. I mean,
oh, really?
But they not matching they IDs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying. Like,
wow.
It's going to eventually come around to you. You're going to eventually get it. So y'all gonna go past the elders to get the vaccine. But my question is, do you know most of them people rush is probably just so they feel like they're gonna be able to go kick it and hang out and this and that, and not even looking at the details of what goes with that.
Hold on. The they're getting ready for spring break.
Yeah, the vaccine is only 40 to 60%.
And that depends on the manufacturer.
Right. So then, but they still telling you wear masks, wear this, and that. And then what was it? A second strand came through?
Yep. There's another strand. Yep.
I wasn't even prepared for that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people, that's why I said I'm not scared. I'm just not dumb.
Right. Yeah.
You just got to kind of know your facts and do some little research and listen and pay attention,
right.
And see what's going on. But yeah, that was crazy. So all you've been doing basically is just working your podcast and just maintaining, staying safe. You ain't been doing too much of nothing, man. What about any binge watching? You been doing any binge watching with some good movies? I don't have time to watch TV. You got any movies coming up? I don't, man. I got too much going on, man. I promise. Like, since I've been on here with you, my phone popping.
Look, look here. Everybody keep hollering about watch Judas and the Messiah, so I want to watch that. That's gonna be something I do want to watch.
What's that song?
look, don't let me lie to you, Chad. I want to say, hold on, hold on, hold on. I want to say, is it on? Hold on, Jen, because I'm trying to see. Because I just got through. So if anybody's watching, tune in. Hey, now, welcome to Weekend Pearls. I'm not your host.
What's
I am just
up?
a guest. Your host is the messenger.
Yep,
And we
yep.
are talking about, what's good on TV, what's going to keep your attention, at least good piece of your attention anyway. I want to say, is it on? I want to say it's on HBO Max now. I have to look. I'll put a link in the thing here. Look, let me get off here. But I know, look, so I caught up. I watched Sabrina. Finally got out. I caught up. I still hated the ending. A new show on Amazon, Flack. That was
Flat?
Flack. Flack. And I was completely taken aback by it. And it takes a lot to like stop me. And I will say I was thoroughly entertained. I will say it was definitely thought provoking, and it took a different spin on some stuff for me. So can't tell y'all much about it, but it got your girl from True Blood, Anna Paquin show. She's in it. She's basically the star of the show. But when I tell you, there's so many gems that come along with this series. And the good thing is only, I want to say, 6 episodes long, which is good. I'm praying that they come back with a season 2 because it was really, really good. So if y'all get an opportunity, check it out. And also, too, I sent out a link to some of the people that are watching about watching The House Invictus. It's very hard for me to explain the movie, but I will say this, is that this is one of those movies that I would encourage you to especially watch during Black History Month. And there are so many things that are direct. There are a lot of things that are definitely overt, and some of them that are discussed, some of the things are subliminal, but you have to pay attention. It throws you for a complete loop. And
What was it called again?
The House Invictus. It came out in
The House
2019.
Invictus.
I'll send the link onto your phone. Y'all have to watch it. And there's a lot of it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. It's a lot. But there are so many gems, again, so many gems that come along with this movie that I think a lot of people, if they hadn't watched it or if they have watched it, just breeze through it. There's a lot going on. There is a lot, and the undertone of everything is just yes. Yeah. So that's what
I'm
I
gonna
pretty
check
much
it
doing.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really asked you that question for myself because I don't get to watch a lot of TV, and so I don't know what's been going on out there, what's been on. So I really just use that to pick your brain.
Mm-hmm.
So you just been used is what I'm saying.
I don't
So
like that phrasing. So I've just been used. I don't.
yeah, I can't go too deep on that because we actually being publicized, and I have an image to uphold. But if you sidebar me after the show, we can chop it up and talk about it, and I can talk like my other self because I got a lot of me's. It's a lot of different me's. Right now you're getting the messenger, and so the messenger is.
I'm trying to figure out how to get used. I don't know.
You've been used. You know what I mean? How does it
And
feel being used on your own
Oh,
show? You've just been toiled.
you just been spoiled. Yes, yes. Twice,
Yeah.
matter of fact, now. Oh,
Hey
my
man,
goodness.
so listen, like I said, it's been a lot going on through 2020, coming into 2021, man. I'm not a big politic person,
Oh,
but
mm.
being that we are in Black History Month,
Come
I
on
really
now.
like to throw this out there.
Please do.
When I seen all them people um, um,
Mm-hmm.
messing up that building that the president, y'all president at the time, had encouraged them to do.
Who is y'all?
I don't know them people.
I
Whoever.
didn't claim Desert Robe. I did not, baby. I did not claim Desert Robe. No, ma'am. You will not tonight. Desert Robe. That's a new color. It's not a part of the Crayola. It's not a Crayola, but it could be Desert Robe.
I've been calling them 4-5 forever. So 4-5, encouraging folks to go do that. But I seen this one replay, and I didn't know what was going on because I told you I don't watch the news, I don't watch TV really. I don't. I seen some stuff come on Facebook, but when I saw them climbing up, I said, and they called us monkeys. I don't know. They just came out. I mean, it just. I was like, y'all really can't never say that no more ever again in the whole life of everism. Like you can't talk about us. You can't talk about my race ever again. Like you made history with that one. They can't ever in life.
Mm-hmm.
Forever in lifetime.
I'm
just gonna make up words. An ever of lifetime of everism. You can never talk about our race. So I thought I just threw it after Black History Month. They did the real fool.
They did.
Yeah, did. Showed their real aspirations.
Yes, they did.
And I know that's Black History Month, and just thought I just throw it out there. But like I said, it's been a lot going on, man, and I just thought at one point, like, I don't know about you, but this whole thing has, I mean, even since the beginning, it's like, I don't know, it seems as if it's just made me, I can't speak for other people, but it definitely has drawn me closer to building my relationship with God, spending more time with him. Because, man, I mean, just think about it. Even this little winter, even though it was just in Texas, I mean, like, are these warning signs? I mean, you know what I mean? Like you said earlier, like it makes you really take a look at some stuff. Like you said, you thinking that I'm prayed up and you prepared and
nowhere near it.
Man,
nowhere near it.
You find out just how far off you are, and and a lot of stuff, and a lot of people have had their opinions on whether this is the devil, whether it's God, whatever. At the end of the day, I'd be like, man, you know what? I really don't care, because, we'll never understand him. I mean, that's in the Bible if you read it, but not to get all biblical and deep, but just knowing that you can never understand, him, but everything that happens has to have his permission. So whether he ordered it or not, I mean, he's in control. He knows what's going on. And a lot of people just, it's a lot of depth to that I can go into, and I'm not going to get in there to get opinionated. But I would say that, I mean, we just got to look at it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
What is your, I would say, outlook on just the things, if you're looking at it, the things that have changed, whether they're for the good, for the bad, things like the education, a lot of it is turned virtual, which means a lot of different things for parents. It means a lot of different things for teachers. It means a lot of different things for students. Even with me, let's just say even with jobs, jobs having to train virtually.
Yeah.
People having to learn virtually. So this just not only impact the children, this impacts, the workforce, which it enhanced, of course, a lot of businesses with their e-commerce, with their, delivery, delivery to the homes, whether it was grocery, whether it was food, your DoorDashes, your Walmarts, your Amazons, all. So just give me your take on your thoughts on that, whether it be education. I mean, touch a little bit of education, business, and a little bit on that, what you thinking, like what you see out of it. Because I know what I see. I see a lot.
Oh, well, let me go back to what you just said prior, when you first started. And this is for everybody tuning in the Weekend Pearls. I would advise you, if something that happens to you and takes you out of your normalcy, that disrupts your life to a degree that everything comes to a halt and comes to a standstill, you need to pay attention to it. There is gravity behind something, regardless of whatever it may be. Even like we touched on, this weather, about the preparedness of being ready for something bad to happen. Unfortunately, we have to keep that in mind, because good things happen, bad things happen. That is life as we know it. But being prepared for something that could overtake and potentially overcome what you have going on, I can't stress that enough. Then also too, we just got to stop walking around like nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
This whole thing of walking around every day thinking la 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 la, hey, I'm good. Da, 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 da. Okay, hey, okay. Use me as I'm okay with using myself as an example. I thought everything's good. Look, had a cough, thought I had the flu, thought I had COVID. Hell, it was pneumonia in the hospital. 30 plus days in the hospital. Ran 100. What that hospital bill is $142,000. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Got tested for COVID 3 times. I thought I had COVID. I ain't have COVID because when you was isolated and you was social distant before they even told you to do so, because you're not in these streets flailing and frocking and all types of things. You don't have to worry about that thing. Again, pay attention. Preparedness. It's more than just saying you prayed up. You got to have things in order. I will say, even for me, and even my sister can attest to this. Like, this is a conversation I had. Like, I sent her all my passwords and stuff to, my accounts that I have money and stuff in, credit cards and stuff, so that, if she need to do this and what, in the event of me passing away. So I go back to, we walking around like we promised tomorrow, and I'm just gonna say it out loud. No, you're not. It's too many people that are walking around right now that are not even thankful for the breath that they have in their body. And I'm not talking about those that might have asthma, those that got bronchitis, those that got some debilitating disease, those that are. I'm talking about the ones that are quote unquote so good in the good of health and everything else, and they're so not even thankful. But yet that one thing happens and it just disrupts and destroys their life. Or but yeah, not even destroy it, change their life for the rest of their lives. It just really touches on, are you in order? Is your house in order? Is your house in order? I'm like, do you have? I mean, it's mind boggling to really think about. You know what? And honestly, and this is gonna tie into virtual school. And I think that this should be probably one of the courses. You should plan your death.
Wow.
All seriousness. And I thought about it the other day, and I was like, this would be really thought provoking, and this would really prove a point of how we're not prepared. But then also too, it sets up other things that come into play, because it forces you to think beyond yourself. It forces you to think of others, because these other people are going to have to handle your things, your business.
You right about it.
All of it. Who's gonna play in your funeral? Who gonna give you a mean A and B selection? Who's gonna be the preacher presiding over the matter of fact? Are you being paid?
Who's gonna be the preacher? Do you have a church? Do you have a church home?
Do you have a church home?
Do you have a shepherd? Do you have a preacher? And that's all the stuff that your loved ones, they're gonna have to think about and do all of that. So they're dealing with the loss, and I'm a living witness to it. You're dealing with the loss.
Bring it up, please.
You're dealing with all the business that they did not take care of. And you're trying to find money and find all of this stuff to give them a proper burial. That's a lot. Hey,
Or,
drove
look,
me
wait a minute, hold on.
insane.
Even to have a headstone or a
Yeah.
funeral marker, or what funeral home is gonna handle the body? Or we gonna have to
Listen,
cremate because we don't have enough money for a funeral?
I think most people don't even
Oh
know.
shit!
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't even know what all it takes for a burial. You know, so you're exactly right. I mean, you hit on it, and I think that's something that it's kind of like people talking about death. It's like people have been afraid to touch that subject, almost like people
Mm-mm.
afraid to read the Book of Revelation.
Come on, you
And
better
it's
bring
like,
in book. You better bring in book study.
and
You
listen,
better bring it in today.
look, and I'm gonna tell you something that's for sure that's gonna happen. Revelation is gonna happen, and death is gonna happen. Them are promises. So you might as well know, like you said, you might as well be prepared. You might as well read the book, and you might as well prepare for your, going home or leaving this earth.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's necessary. It's necessary to know, and it's necessary to talk. And the thing about it is, it's okay. It's okay to talk about it, because you got to talk about it. Kind of like you. I went through what I started going through when I'm living down in Houston, man. And I was like you, man. I wrote a letter. I couldn't talk.
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna be lights out. I went through this for 3 months, but I wrote a letter, to my sister saying this, basically like a will, all my password, all that information. And I told, hey, I'm sticking it in my Bible. So if y'all come up in here and I'm gone, then
You know
all
where
the
it's at.
information you need is right there.
Right there. Oh, it's funny how everything goes back to it, but I'm gonna leave that right there. Put everything where. Hold on. You see how that worked out, though. Look, put it where all it go. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Look, that book study is gonna be fun come Monday. I'm just
listen,
saying.
that's the best place I knew, to put it, because my Bible stays out on my counter.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know when you come in the door, you're gonna see that thing right there. Plus, hey, listen, that's another story for another time when I come on your show. But
yes.
Listen, I was praying over that thing. I would put that right there. Put that right there. Let me put some scripture on top of that right there.
Yeah, so we know it's real.
So, you heard me?
Yeah.
So go back to what you said about education. The education field now. How you think a lot of parents saying they burn out. Like a lot of parents figure out that they don't like their own kids.
Yeah, so everybody, if you tune in, this is your this is not your host this week. This is Terry. I'm a guest, and my wonderful it's Terry. It's Terry. It's Terry, and my wonderful guest host, the messengers on here. And I know I'm probably gonna piss some folks off, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway because there's a reality. Like I said, and I've said, and I'm gonna keep saying it, and I've had so many conversations about this, and they've all been very productive, very invigorating. There's a difference between adulting and parenting. So I'm just bringing this to the room. And when I tell you Cova,
not Cova.
Cova. She has several names. Cova is her nickname. Covert. It causes problems. Her name is Cova. It has really shown the lack of family that's present right now. I'm calling it what it is. But then also too the engagement that you have with your actual immediate family. Like if you got kids in your house and it's a mother and father, or if it's just a mother and kids or a father and kids, everything else is showing its ugly head that's shown in school that's not shown at home. A lot of people are upset because, damn, I didn't know my child act like this. This girl is getting on my last good goddamn nerve. Why is she even there? Like, look, and look, you got to work at home. Hell, I'm in the dining room with the laptop, and she on the couch. She got her laptop, but the reality is, again, all the ugly truths that we either intentionally avoid, or don't pay attention to, or just don't give any weight to, it's here in your face.
Yeah.
There's no way to wipe away the fact that you are not as engaged with your children as you really think you are.
But again, some of them don't even like their kids.
it ain't my fault you don't like your kids. Now I'm like,
I mean, they
and
just
and
don't
you spoke
realize
that.
like I don't like you. They just some of them just realize that they don't like their kids.
And just imagine what another adult would think.
Mm-hmm.
That ties back into these these parents that were attacking the teachers and stuff, and
Yep.
they mad at them because their child ain't showed up and did that. First off, no, sis, fall back. Hold on. Teachers are one of the most important people in this world. The teach is the biggest word I love. It's a teacher, teaching more than it's a teach, and they play a pivotal part in your child's development. If they spending 8 hours with them, 8 hours with you, but 4 hours you sleep, the teachers have more
Yeah.
influence than you do.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we want to have this whole attitude like, okay, it's the teacher's fault that this child is not paying attention. The reality is some of y'all got some badass kids. Some of y'all
Yeah.
kids are horrible. Some of them have never been disciplined, and the only discipline that they probably ever have received have been in school. And now since they not in school, they damn well know they're not getting it home. So it's a party. I'm finna throw a party up
Yeah.
in here, and my mom and dad are gonna have to deal with it. And guess what? Y'all can't handle it. Y'all can't handle it. I used to, for me, and we in our 60s, 40s. I'm not trying to live vicariously through nobody else, baby. I love being seasoned. I'm okay with that because you know what? You don't have to add water. It's seasoned. Water
Mm.
don't have seasoning. We'll leave that alone for another
Mm.
day, another
Mm.
topic.
Mm.
Sidebar. But
Mm.
the reality is, if it's forcing a lot of people to come out of the comfort zone because, and again, I know y'all gonna be pissed off, and that's fine. You can always send me any type of email, regardless of want to holler at somebody, being a guest on the show, send some advertisements,
Send
promos,
the weekend pearls.
weekendpearls@gmail.com. And I
Gmail.com.
do read the emails, and I have to
And
respond
we'll
to some emails
respond.
that we'll respond. I have some that I will be responding to on tomorrow. So if you like why he didn't respond, I ain't have power. God damn it. Look now, it's been
Do
a
you
lot
hear
going
me?
on. Look, child, hell, sleeping in cars and then hell trying to go from here to left or right, trying not to be killed by myself, let alone somebody. Look, I will respond on tomorrow because hell, it's really the first true day where we've had full power 24 hours. So it's been a
Yeah,
lot.
I didn't even know if this podcast was gonna happen. I was
I,
like, man, I hope I have some Wi-Fi or something.
shit, who the hell
Why?
you telling? But
Yeah, I
yes,
didn't know how it was gonna happen.
oh, and like I said, I'm finna make some folks mad, and I know they're gonna be upset, and I'm okay with that. But you brought kids in this world, and you push them off on teachers, and now it's the fault for the teachers that your child is not doing what they're supposed to
And
do.
it and listen, and I hope
How
that
does
the
that work
parents
out?
listen, because I've talked to some parents. It's forced some parents to get out some comfort zones because some of these parents wasn't working and wasn't knowledgeable about computers, wasn't computer savvy.
Work at home. Hold on,
So
work at home and work at home now.
yeah,
And
but
you haven't prepped yourself.
yeah, but some of these parents that's done had to get on the computer, so they don't even know. They don't know the first thing really about computers. Now you telling me I have to help my child. So I couldn't help my child with the paper and the book. Now I'm supposed to help him with a computer that I don't even know how to operate. And then so yeah, man. I mean, I'm talking
Prepare. Hold
about
on. Are you prepared?
there you go.
That again, it's a
No
nut.
prep. Man, I think you want something right there, Tori.
It's
I think you want something
look.
right there. That
I told
preparation.
you, Monday is gonna be interesting. I'm telling you.
Man,
I'm getting myself
hey,
together. Preparedness.
that preparation. It's funny because my Pastor Henry H. Batson III of Faith Fellowship Church, just had to plug that in there right quick.
Come
But
on
my
now. You
pastor
better get.
one
Come on
time
now.
yeah, he said when all of this was, going down, it was maybe a month ago, he said, I don't want to die. He said, I have some other stuff I want to do. He said, but I'm prepared to die. That helped me because that's how I felt, but I didn't know how to put it in words. So he helped me. Now I know how to put it in words. I don't want to die. I'm not afraid of death. I never have been. but but I'm prepared to die,
Right.
and that's just because I know who Jesus Christ is. You know what I mean? And that relationship that I have, and then so I'm prepared. I feel that I'm as prepared as a human being can be to leave, because ain't none of us perfect.
Right.
But I'm prepared. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't want to go. And but yeah,
Mm.
but this man, this pandemic,
Hmm.
I think Tori, not only has it, should have us questioning, are we prepared? You know, have us looking at things differently. It has changed life as we know it across the world. We have lost a lot. Um, of course, I believe in a lot of the good things. Like, for some, it has brought families closer. For
Yeah.
some, it has made some people say, "Man, I need to call my brother, my sister, make this right. My friend, whatever, make it right."
Right.
For some, you've had some people, like I seen a deal of cleaners. This cleaners say, if you're going on a job interview, we'll clean your suit for free.
Right.
Even through this winter storm, people were taking, stuff to people, helping out. So it is a lot of good things that, have happened from normal people, not celebrities and people with a lot of money. I mean, normal people work every average day, people like us.
Oh, thank you.
I was praying every day for you to. Oh, that's so sweet.
Thank you.
Uh, but with all of that is going on, and I think the pandemic, it definitely shined a light on some stuff that we would have missed. We would have never known that President 45, not we would have never known, but a lot of his people
Right.
and people that voted for him probably would have missed some of that to see who he really was, and he could have potentially still been in office.
Right.
I think the pandemic shed a light on the racial inequality would have been happening, but it put us on pause enough
Mm-hmm.
for those that didn't think it was happening, for them to see it happening.
Phew.
And it intensified it to the fact of, what they didn't even care,
Right.
and doing the things they did. So I think it's, even though it's been a lot of negative, I think, it's a lot of positives that we can pull out of it. And like you said, getting ourselves prepared. Hey man, I thought I was ready. I don't have my business in order. I don't have my life in order. I don't have blah blah blah. Or man, I need to. I've been kind of snappy. I need to treat people better. I need to love more. I need to be more compassionate. I need to be. I got all this money, man. It is some people I can help. I mean,
Right.
just different things. And so it's a lot of different positive things that could come out of that. What time the show supposed to be over?
First off, use it. We look.
because
I have.
because I got a question, and I
Go
gotta take
ahead.
you there, and
Go
I
ahead.
don't want to. Okay, so
Oh hell,
look,
I'm so
so
nervous. Hold
this is
on.
deal.
Look, hold on. I'm so nervous. Look. Okay, sure. Hold on. If y'all just not tuning in, hold on. Hold on. Am I glistening? Come on, Fancy. This old. Yes. No grease in sight.
This dude right here. So look,
I'm so afraid.
I'm gonna give you something before I answer this question. I want you
Oh
to
Lord,
write it
I'm
down
nervous.
so you can have it. I want you to I want you to, this is your homework. I
Okay.
want you to read Psalm 73,
Mm-hmm.
but I want you to read it in the Message Bible.
Okay.
If you Google it, Psalm 73 Message Bible, it'll give you what I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
Um, and
Get ready.
hey man, that's gonna be a good one. And I
Okay.
also I also want you to look at Acts 22.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody else hearing this, y'all can read it too. But I want to share something with you that I did write down during my brush with death. Um, and then I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
So I just went through some notes because I was taking a lot of notes when I was going through that, and some a few things that I pulled out, like what do we learn from our deals,
Mm-hmm.
what we go through in life. And so I know I wrote down this scripture Isaiah 41:10, but I was said I wrote notes to myself to invite God into my situation. I believe I got some of this from the song by Jonathan McReynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it says, and then so I wrote, in our lives that difficulty will always come, right? And we're always looking for a way out. But sometimes we don't have a choice but to face the circumstances that we've been presented with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that we have to just take them head on. Then we find ourselves where we are. So we need to, invite God into our situation. Um, and so then we pray sometimes, and we can't pray it away, but to pray through it, right? And so miracles happen. And sometimes those miracles are just the strength that we had to get through it. Um, and that it didn't destroy us, but then we can look back and that we can say that must have been God, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I just tell people that he's still on the throne. God is up high, he looks low. Now, see, through situations that occur in our life, whether it be this pandemic, whether it be all these things we've been talking about today, or whatever other issues that we may face in our life, that
Mm-hmm.
Satan wants to defeat us, right? But God wants to develop us. So, even through all of this and everything that has come my way, I try to figure out, what is he saying to me? What am I supposed to learn from this? And then I try to look and see, have I been developed through every tribulation that I faced in the last year. Going on next
Mm-hmm.
month will be a year for me. Um, and then it's this weird part, because it's like you say, you realize you wasn't prepared. Me, I realized not only preparation, but I realized that my faith wasn't as big as it needed to be. I know we needed the faith
Right.
the size of a mustard seed, but it wasn't as big, and that that we're not supposed to worry, but um, we have a legitimate right to be concerned about things, but not to worry. And one thing I got out of it was that worry is my failure to trust God, and it shows the size of my faith, um, of how much I understand the size
Mm-hmm.
of my God. So I know you touched on it earlier. You kind of jumped the gun about your experience with, you being sick and
Mm-hmm.
having your brush with that. And I just kind of, wanted you to go a little bit more in depth with that, and
Okay.
just and not necessarily share your personal, stuff, but just kind of share with your audience and the people, maybe something that you've taken from that, what God said to you, what he's been saying to you, that you can share, because some stuff is just private, what God talks to us
Right.
about.
Right.
What did you take from that? What you learned from that. um what has it done for you in your life right now? you know all that stuff, you know what I mean? Has your relationship with him increased? Has it made you think think differently of some things in your life, or change some things about you, the way you've done some things? Or did it give you a different path, or anything in that nature change as far as yourself and God is concerned, when you had such a long
Mm-hmm.
brush with death like that?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Hey, that was a lot.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. So I will say there's a couple things that I will hit points on. And again, for those that are tuning in this Weekend Pearls, you already know I'm not your host. This is Turi. This is Turi. And I got your guest host, the Messenger, on here. And we then got into it, Turi. And we have got into it. And we in the thick of it, and it's good. So you look, there's a blessing about to come in the room. If you've not already got one, get ready. Um, I will say is that for one, that the relationship that I established with the Lord way back when, I didn't pay attention to it and really didn't know how strong it was. And that was a reality check for me because I give you an example because I have not, I don't, I didn't go in depth about what this was. As far as what the experience was in hospital. Like shout out to Baylor. Let's talk about Baylor. Baylor, y'all won for me. It's only one person that I could have whooped their ass, but it's only one. They didn't ruin it for me. They did not ruin it for me. And I'm like, who the hell has a problem with being in the hospital getting taken care of? Apparently, I do because I was all out of my comfort zone. I was not. I'm the nurturer. I'm the nurse. I'm the one that takes care of things. So the flip side, but it's gonna tie all together. But like I said before, the relationship that I established with a long time ago, I didn't know how strong it was. And you don't pay attention to things because again, be honest, in general, we do take our relationships for granted. We expect them to be there when we get there. We expect them to be present when we're available. And I'm just talking, this is just in general with relationships. And I think a lot of people will really get the gist of it, because we fit to get into the thick of some stuff. And I will be the first to say that I'm like, I have been victim to my own mind. I've been a own victim to my own vices and what I thought, and this is the way it should be. Yet I wasn't worried about my relationship, or I like today. I got out of a habit of praying every morning on the way to work, and today I didn't pray, and then it turned into day 2, then it turned into day 3. But you have this mindset, oh well, the Lord got me. We have an established relationship. And then when you're presented with something, that like alters your being, your existence, to the degree that you have to sit down, be still, be taken care of, poked and prodded every day on schedule, can't sleep, uncomfortable, can't eat, won't eat, can't pee right, you're afraid, you don't want to soil yourself, you can't wipe your ass the way you want to, you can't do all the normal things that you would normally do. Now you're in a situation, basically, you're almost basically an invalid. Like you can't walk without with the breathing tube in you. You get up, your heart's you don't get the gist of these relationships. I go back to relationships, not only with the Lord, but also too with the people that actually do ride or die for you. That the people that are your friends, these relationships. And I go back to how at times we can honestly take advantage of those because we know who these people are, including God himself. We know who these people are. But yet we still work in the confines of our mindset, our narrow-minded, this is our highway, this is our tollway, this is how we operate, this and the third. And yet you expect everybody and everything around you to be there when you get there. What this whole situation did for me for last year, I will say that it took me out of all of my comfort zones completely. I'm not the one to be waited on hand and foot. I'm just not yoked that way. I'm a go-getter. I like taking care of stuff. I like stuff my way. Don't get me wrong. I do.
Well,
I love stuff. I love don't not today, Angel.
No.
But what it did force me to do is that you have to understand, as much as you think you in the driver's seat, baby, you riding shotgun, Puddin'. You can't live your life and think that you're behind the wheel. In reality, you're not. There are other things in this world that can give you a flat tire at any given point, or just give you a total loss on your vehicle. There's so many things that come into play with that. I would say it changed my whole mindset on a lot of things. Especially being available in the moment, not checking out when something gets uncomfortable or something's not to your liking, or or even running from it. I'll be honest. Like, I've had moments when I've not dealt with some stuff. You know, I'm human. I'm like some things, but now I'm in the mindset like I want to be truthfully honest and be able to have a conversation so that whomever it may be, or hell, even talking to the Lord for that, being able to have a real open, honest conversation, and whatever comes about from that conversation just happens with that conversation. Because what if you're not granted that next time to have that conversation? The question to everybody, and I'm gonna say this: who gets prepared for a storm while they're in one?
Wow.
You look, you're a dollar late. Look, hold on, a day late and a dollar short. That's what they say. I get it. Like I absolutely get it. And then to be, you know, then to be taken care of, um, then having to, you know, get stamina back, learn how to really get your groove and your stride and your walk back and getting your weight back and trying to shave and trying to bathe and trying to stand up long enough to brush your teeth, or you got sitting there. Being thankful is not just for Thanksgiving. It's just not. And you know, Thanksgiving is a holiday that we go running by all this food and we play like we're around family and we enjoying family and whatever. Honestly, we need to have Thanksgiving every day because honestly, who you're not granted tomorrow. You're not promised tomorrow. Hell, you're not even promised the next 10 seconds from now. So it's just so it's being grateful is more than just words coming out of your mouth. Grateful has to have actions. Being grateful is a verb, baby. It's not for me. Being grateful is a verb. It's not just it's you won't say it's a noun. That's cute. Oh, he's being grateful, but grateful comes with an action as well because you can say one thing and not be it. I can say thank you, but I can shoot you the finger behind your back. Grateful takes more than just being a noun. It's a verb too. No, no, after you called me out my name earlier, but that's neither here nor there. But I deserve that one because it was funny.
But say, cuz, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It really made me really appreciate the people that I do have around me that have stuck by me. And I'm not the easiest person. I'm very aware. I'm a dynamic person on my own. I'm different. I move differently. I'm okay with that. But for the people that I know that have been friends for years upon years upon years, and new friends that have now that I know that I am encircled with good people. I'm excited. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that, but also too, I know that also too, you have to be aware also how people move too while you're at your lowest. And that goes for everybody. Like that goes for everybody. And sometimes the people that are praying for you are praying on you. And I have to bring that up because, you know, I'm gonna say it, and I know this is gonna piss some people off. You know, I've shared some things with someone prior, and I heard it in a sermon come that Sunday. And you and I know firsthand about. I'm always there's this thing about your testimony in your walk with God. We all are walking testimonies, but I'm very emphatic about it. Comes down to it. Your story is your story to tell. When that time is ready for it to be told. And you'll know it because you'll share it yourself.
Yeah.
Me and being talked about and not knowing that, you know, and this is during the time where prior to and after me being in the hospital, being a witness to that and seeing how that worked out really shook me because I wasn't ready for it. But then also too, I had to really reshape my thinking about who brings me the word. It's and again, I told you some people gonna be upset, and that's okay, and I'm to say it, but everybody's not a shepherd. Everybody's not a vessel, and regardless of however we distinguish ourselves by the titles we give, does not mean that you're anointed. And you have to be careful. You have to be careful.
better
you really
talk.
do have to be careful. And I'm like, and this is the thing. I wasn't expecting this conversation, but I'm just gonna bring it up since
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
either, but you
it
better
is.
talk.
Look, again, everybody praying for you could be praying on you. You have to really, really think about that. And like I said before, being in the hospital and going through all these umpteen thousand ups and downs, your potassium high is low today, your sodium high is low today, your lactose and going up. We're gonna have to give you. And in the middle of all of this, you hear this and you hear that, and you're in the mindset of like, how do you distinguish and how do you separate falsities from truths? How do you keep the faith while you got people around you not being faithful? You know, it's like it's almost like shooting dice. Like it is the only thing that I can give, and because I could go on about this topic because it opens up some things, but I will say this: your faith is your responsibility.
Listen, I just wanted to plug in right there.
Look, I told you I had to get up. Look, Jen, you already know. Look, Jen.
Because listen, because you don't even realize like this is like anybody know me. Like, so let me give you a backdrop right quick for y'all that don't know me. Listen, bro.
It's the messenger.
Like, I'm the messenger, but it's the real deal, man. I'm 100 with it. Like, I don't care. I'm transparent. It is what it is. I know who I am. I know who my God is. I know I know about all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm a regular person, man. I got flaws. I got whatever. You know, that's why I say I'm 100 with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I ain't no walking on cloud nine and this and that. But but I know that word though. And let me tell you, and I know God, and I know Him better even now. Like He said, when you done had that verse with death, man, you say when He take everything from you, and you just sitting there like, this had Curly kind of came. It was like, Negro, man, I'm finna die. Like I went through that every day for 3 months. Like, nigga, I'm finna die. I'm finna die today. You know, so. Anyway, you go through that, but and I was saying all that to say, and I bet y'all be like, she's so animated. I was saying all that to say that the scripture that I gave you, some of the stuff you talk about, like it's in there, and I didn't even know. Like it was, I was going through my notes today, and it was like,
look, I got more than this blessing. All right, I bet this blessing better be on me today.
So when you read it, man, it's hey, bro, it's gonna bless you, bro, because it you know what I mean. It blessed me the first time. It blessed me, you know, reading it again. You know what I mean. And excuse me, y'all. And I mean, man, I just don't want nobody to miss it, man. I just don't want nobody to miss, you know. And I have to do this because I am the messenger. So if you're going to be mad at somebody, and be like, hey, you're just the messenger. You know
y'all go ahead. Y'all can go be mad at her if y'all want to. Listen,
I have to tell people, man, don't miss God in this. Don't miss God through this pandemic. Don't miss God through all of this stuff that's happening, man. Don't miss God in it. And I think that, you know, that's it. You know, our boy Tory Madison Jr., man, he's on here today because God showed up. You know what I mean? Despite
I almost
whatever.
canceled tonight. Look, we talked about it. Like I was like, I'm tired. Yeah. I'm like, my nerves a bit. Ooh, but we here.
God showed up.
We here.
The God in him, you know what I'm saying? The God in him remembered, and you know, greater is He that is in me. You know, I'd
rather be tired than dead.
Saying? Yeah, I mean, he's here with us today, and I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't praying on him. I was praying for him, man. And man, I got specific prayers. I got stuff written down with dates on it. Like I got prayer, but listen, I don't play around with him. When I say I pray for real. You know, I'm still the same street chick that I was coming up. Whatever I said, I said what I meant. I meant what I said. You know what I mean? So if I say I'm gonna pray for you, and I've told people like they be like pray for me. I'll be like, ooh, I don't know. I might forget. I'm just that real. Like, because if I don't have something to write it down or put it, I might forget. So I don't want to tell you, somebody say, ooh, pray for me. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna pray for you. Or I might just pray right there on the spot because I'm not gonna tell you I'm gonna pray for you and don't really pray for you. You know what I mean? That's not what's up. And people do that so often. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't want people to misguide. I think that Tori, that you definitely need to continue telling your story. You know, even what it was in 2020, stories about your story, your book. Man, you need to push your book more. I don't even know if you're doing that
I
because
haven't. I
that
haven't
is
been.
your story. Push your book. I think you need to push out the next book that you have in you, sir, because you have a story,
Okay.
and you have a
It's
story.
not gonna be double spaced though, because I can write.
No,
But hold
but I
on,
mean,
it's
I'm
shots
talking
fired.
about.
It's hold on, everybody watching, y'all already know this shots fired because if you double space and your book is 150 pages long and everything is double faced, I'm just girl
But
double space.
listen,
Hold
what
on,
I
hold on. Is that justice?
no.
Hold on, just say you better give testimony. Yeah. Look here. Look here, say Justin, say, yeah. If you just not tuning in, hey, you need to go ahead and
It's
rewind, and get into some.
turning
You
in,
tune.
tuning
I'm from
in,
Baltimore this day.
return.
I'm from B-more. Tune, just like Terry is tune. It's tune. You turn in, get back. Yes.
Hey,
Um.
but look, no, I'm serious, man. You have, and I'm not just saying you got one more, but I know it's a book in you, and it's
It
a
is.
story, man. It's a
It is. It
story,
is. It
man,
is.
and that's the one you need to write. That first one was you push it more, but that first one was just
That was a promise
it
I
was
kept to myself. And it
yeah,
said it took that long to, and the anniversary of me publishing that book will be a year come Sunday.
well, there you go. So that year comes Sunday. Then right after that, you need to go and at least write down the title of your new book or some or some chapters. So I don't know what you're gonna do, but
Ooh, I
all
don't
you need to
know.
go. Listen, you need to go and get started on a new book. That wasn't in nothing that I had on nothing. That just came to me right now. So it must be something in that.
Come on now. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Wow. Hey. And as much as if y'all don't know, the messenger really tried me talking about, it's gonna be more than an hour, and that was her talking. So yes, it went over hours. I'm like, yay, that was her started this. It wasn't me. Yes. But
Hey,
I will let, man, it's this oh man. We actually have come, it I hate to say it, but we actually have come to the end of the show.
we have
But
come to
we,
the end
I
of the
know,
road.
I know. But this I needed this more than I thought I knew. You don't know what you need until you get it. And it's like, oh, I'm like, child, when you, like I told folks on last week, I told y'all look, stop trying to pour from cups that got holes in it. It won't work, baby. Look, that cup gonna be half full and yours is gonna be empty. It don't.
Dude, I already got something.
Oh, but I'm telling you. But look, as I was told the other day, and I'm gonna leave y'all. This is the pearls of wisdom for this week as well. Before
You
we
better
get
give
out of
us some
here,
pearls.
the pearls of wisdom, child. And we had discussed this week. And it brought uh, everything full circle. And the conversation, it went just like this. And like I was told, stop expecting fruit from seeds you just planted.
Wow.
And it threw, I give credit where credit is due. It threw me. It threw me for a loop because it spoke so many volumes into everything that's going on in the world right now. Um, but I will say to everybody, please, 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 please make sure that um, before y'all start trying to pour into other people, pour into yourself and take stock and take inventory of yourselves first. And it doesn't mean that you're being selfish or selfless. You have to imagine yourself as a carton of eggs. You're not gonna sit up here and throw them. You're not just gonna throw it in the refrigerator and expect none of one to get damaged. Because guess what? Those are your eggs. Each one of them eggs represents you. So every time one is cracked, what you gonna do with it? Normally, when you find that cracked egg, you can't do nothing with. You gotta throw it away, right? You one less egg, right? But you still gotta eat, right? You still gotta get fed, right? But you running out of eggs. Again, I go back to what? Are you prepared?
Are you prepared?
Are you prepared?
Yeah.
That's all I got. Jen, what would you like to say to the audience before we get up out of here?
Man, I just like to say I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I also just appreciate everybody for supporting my best friend. Man, this is a great guy, a great, powerful, strong man of God, man. And
Thank
I know,
you.
I mean, he
And I
is.
cuss like a sailor and
And
say all types
hold
of
on,
stuff.
but like I said, I said what I said, and I meant what I said. A very powerful man of God, but he is funny, is all out. He has a gift. He is very compassionate, man. He's very intelligent. He's very gifted in so many ways, man. And I'm gonna keep pushing that brother and standing behind that brother on what he do, man, until he get everything that's supposed to be his here on this earth, man. So that's what's up. My
Oh
boy
man.
Tory Madison Jr. Weekend Pearls already to
Child,
the
you get my
fullest.
full
The
income
messenger
tax
coming
name.
in.
You
You hear
better
me?
give me income. And
Ah.
hold on. And everybody, if y'all filing y'all taxes, please make sure y'all file after they start accepting. Because you know, normally when you start filing before they start accepting, it's sitting in the queue.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
here. I'm just helping to hear the mass. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. God bless. All right, guys. Look, you already know what it
All
is. This
right.
is not your host this weekend. Look, this is your guest, Weekend Prayers. You can hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. Again, we can be found everywhere in the world. Hell, look, we're on most streaming platforms. Amen. And last but
Amen.
not least, my wonderful podcast takeover host, The Messenger. Make sure that you check it out. Now, you go through my friend list, which you can view, and that's absolutely fine. You see The Messenger or Jennifer Clemens that's on there. That's the messenger. That's the messenger. That is the messenger. And also, too, I provide everybody with the link and stuff, and I post, hey, I support where supported, but also too, it is worth the support because again, the messenger brings plenty of things to the table.
Go to the messenger on my YouTube, man, and check out my new video, Turning Tables.
Yes.
Type in the messenger, YouTube, Turning Tables. It's dope.
Yes. If you happen to go to Weekend Pearls, I'm subscribed. And I politely like and share. So get into it.
Subscribe to my page.
That's where we at. Look, I'm verklempt. Look, first off, don't do me. Don't do me. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in, guys, gals, ghouls, girls, goblins, and those that want to be a cork in a wine bottle in this dry as a desert. Bless you. Have a great weekend. I'm glad the power's back on in Texas, and ERCOT, y'all can go straight to hell. And that's a whole different conversation for another week because I'm just happy to have power. But Encore might turn the girl off, so I don't know. At any rate, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, listening, and watching. And we will get y'all on to next week. And guess what? Hold on. Hold on. I almost forgot. Oh, shit. Hold on, Jen. You ain't gone, is you, Jen? Jen, you ain't gone, are you?
Nah, I'm still here, bro. What's up?
Hold on. You can't see me, can you?
No.
Okay, let me see where we. Hold on.
What you gonna do stupid? What stupid thing you gonna do? Oh my God.
If your ball get covered, hell, it's still cold. And we out this thing.